The sort function. The sort function in Microsoft Excel allows you to sort data in either ascending or descending order by rows or columns. This can be super handy for everything from alphabetizing lists to ranking employees by salary, or maybe organizing project deadlines. Let's take a look at the syntax. Equals, sort, array, and then optionally, sort index, sort order, and by column. The first argument is the only one that's actually required. This is the array or range of values to sort. This could be anything from text, numbers, dates, times, and then we have the optional ones, sort index. This basically tells Excel which column or row to sort by. If you skip it, Excel defaults to the first column. The next argument, sort order. You can set this for 1 for ascending, smallest to largest, or -1 for descending. That would be largest to smallest. And if you don't specify, it defaults to ascending. And the last argument, by columns, it's optional, and by default, Excel sorts by rows. But if you want, you can sort by columns instead, and you would set this to true. Let's take a look. Here's a practice file with a bunch of fictional data, and it's available for download, so if you'd like to follow along, please do. Here, we're working with a data set that has employee information, IDs, names, email, department, start date, and salaries. Let's say you want to sort salaries from lowest to highest. Here, in cell J5, type equals sort, then open parentheses. In this case, the array or range of cells is going to be H2 to H51, which is a salary column. By default, it's going to do ascending. Since we're only selecting one column, we don't need to specify. So we could leave it blank. I'm going to press comma again. Sort order, we want it to be ascending, and that is the default. So we could press comma and skip that one. Then, do we want to sort by column or row? We want to sort by row, so we would leave that one blank as well. Leave out the commas altogether. That is how easy it is to sort a single column. Next, let's say we want to sort the salaries descending. We'll click here in L5 and begin typing equals sort, open parentheses. We're going to use the same range, H2 through H51. Then, what's our sort index? It's going to default to 1, so we could just press comma, but we can also just type in a 1. I'm going to press comma again. Our sort order for this one, descending, is going to be -1. I'm going to close parentheses, press enter, and there we go. We did it. In the next example, we're going to sort first name and last name. I'm going to click here, type equals sort, open parentheses. In this case, my array is going to be C2 to D51. Which column do we want to sort by? Press comma, and then we can choose 1 or 2. 1 is going to be first name, so let's try that. 1, close my parentheses, enter, and there we go. Starting with Amy, we can see this is alphabetized from that same list. I'm going to double click, and this time let's change it to 2. And check it out. Same list, and if we want to flip this, we can press comma, and instead of the default 1, which was omitted, let's try -1. That is going to bring Amy back to the top, but only because her last name starts with a W. Quick tip, be careful of spill errors. Excel can't show this dynamic array of sorted results if there's something in the way. So if some other data happen to be in this cell, we're going to get a spill error. The formula is there, we can see the outline, but something's in the way. All you have to do is make sure nothing's in the way. Delete, and there we go. I'm going to move on to the next worksheet. And here we can see that I've sorted by rows, which is default. So equals sort, my array, includes name, age, department, and salary. The sort index, I want to sort by age, so 1, 2, and my sort order, I want it to be ascending. Press enter, and there we go, a dynamic list. Next, I'm going to type in equals, sort, and then open. I'm going to use A3 to D7. This time, I want to capture the headers. My sort index, comma, is going to be 1. My sort order, also going to be 1. And we're going to use the fourth argument, which is true, versus the default, which is false, sort by row. So type in true, press enter, and there we go. We sorted by column. Next, we're going to take this larger set of data and give this one a try. Equals sort, open parentheses. My array is going to be all of this. In this case, I want to sort salaries highest to lowest. Let's count the columns in the array. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, comma. I want to sort these descending. So -1, enter, and there we go. A dynamic array sorting by salary highest to lowest. And check this out. What I've done is added conditional formatting, and you can do this by selecting the Q column, go to conditional formatting, and set up color scales. For this one, I'm using red, yellow, green because I want the higher salaries to be red and the lower salaries to be green. This is a great way to visualize your sorting. What that means is if we change the sort order to 1, now that color scale is still honored, it's just flipped. Let's take this a step further. I'm going to click on the multi-level sort tab, and I'm going to introduce the use of curly braces. In this formula, we're going to use those curly braces to specify multiple criteria for sorting. And that way, we can do multi-level sorting with the formula. In this case, we're going to start here in J7. All we have to do is type equals sort, then enter the array. In this case, it's going to be A7 through H56. The sort index, we want to enter 2 different sorts. To do that, press Shift square bracket, which is located next to the P on your keyboard, and that is going to give you an opening curly brace. It's kind of like a parentheses inside of a parentheses in this case. So I'm going to type in 6, that's going to be the department column, comma 8 for the salary column. Now Shift right square bracket, which is going to give us a right curly brace, then comma. Now we're going to do sort order. We want one to be ascending and another to be descending. So we'll open the curly brace, type in 1 for ascending, comma, -1 for descending. Close the curly brace, then close the parentheses, press enter, and there we go. We did it. In this example, I use conditional formatting again to visualize the differences. Here, we're sorting by department. This is alphabetical, and at each change, I shaded the cell in green. Then in the salaries column, I use data bars so you can see at each change in department, the salaries are sorted highest to lowest. The last example, books. Here, there's an unsorted data set, and it's a list of books, author, their first name and last name, and the year it was published. In this cell, let's say we want to sort by book title. Equals sort, open your parentheses. We're going to choose A6 to E87. Press enter, and there we go. Let's say we want to sort this one by column. I'm going to click here, and our array is going to be A5 to E87. Sort index and order, we're going to leave blank because we want those to default to 1. And then we're going to sort by column, true. Now notice our columns have changed. It's author, book, first, last, year. Very cool. For the last example, we're going to get a little fancier. Let's say we wanted to sort these books and do so by author first name, last name, and then the year. In this case, it would be equals sort C6 to E87, and then our sort index is going to be 3. That's our third column. Then the sort order is going to be 1. There it is, first, last, sorted by year. But let's say we want to show books only since the year 2000. In this case, we're going to use the filter function. So the filter is going to be C6 to E87 as well, and it's going to include anything in the E column that's greater than 2000. And there we go. There's a list, but this is not in order. This is not sorted at all. One of the cool things about sort is that you can use it with other functions like filter, for example. So let's combine those. We're basically taking the entire filter function, placing it in the middle as our array, and then we carry on as normal. The sort index is going to be 3, and the sort order is 1. Press enter, and there we go. First name and last name of authors, and it's showing in order any book that's been published since 2000. All neatly organized and will dynamically update. And there we go. We did it. Hopefully this was helpful. Practice these examples and you'll be a sorting pro. in no time.